And right now we are going to introduce our PTO president, Mrs. Amber Riggs.
So thank you all for coming this morning. We're going to start with Buckeye High School as their color guard, as well as Caitlin, who's going to be our soloist, will be doing the presentation of colors and the national anthem, and we will follow that up with the pledge. And now we would also like to say the pledge together. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Order! Color! Hey! Forward! March!
All right, please be seated. This morning we do have a very special guest from the city of Buckeye, and that is Mayor Houston, excuse me, Councilmember Houston has a few words to say. Thank you.
I believe Jackie Meck would have an objection to that if I got promoted over. He's our mayor. My name is Craig Hustis, U.S. Marine Corps, and by the way, it's our birthday today. I just have a couple of things to say, and that is thanks to all of the service people that we have here today and all of them that are serving today for our country. I wanted to remind you of a few things, and I think a lot of you here may have missed some of the communications about it. We have a parade, a Veterans Day parade going on this Saturday in downtown Buckeye. And I'd like to see a lot of you show up down there, get your parents to bring you down. It starts at 9 o'clock in the morning at 2nd Street, which is about 1 block this side of the post office, and runs all the way down and ends down by the swimming pools. So if you get a chance, please come out and attend that with us. I get to drive one of the Tom Jones Ford trucks. I think I've got the blue one, and I've got a World War II veteran that'll be riding in the back with me. So what I think today you have to remember is to always thank a veteran. I see, I'm not sure, some of the age, I see one Korea. There are probably a couple of others that are here that may be, we don't have that many Second World War anymore, but always remember to thank the veterans that are out here. And enjoy your day. Thank you very much.
So one of the things we did for Veterans Day is we had a speech contest, and there were over 200 entries that I got to read through, and we narrowed it down to 6. And one of the things I can tell you, reading through these essays, veterans, you really do not need to be concerned about the future of this country. They get it. They kind of see the picture of what you've sacrificed and what their freedoms mean. For example, one of our finalists talked about when she was talking about our military. She said that they shade us. They shade us from the evil. And I just thought that was beautiful. The idea of them facing the heat so that we don't even realize that there's evil out there. Another one of our finalists, Rudy, he wrote that we must not forget that our veterans are returning from war with serious mental health issues. It is our responsibility to ensure that our veterans are treated with dignity and respect for any problems that they may face. We need to ensure that they can fully integrate into their communities and resume their lives with no long-term effects. That was just 2 of the examples. This morning I get to share with you the winner of our speech contest. Miss Kaylee is going to share her speech with you.
Veterans are our superheroes. Although they don't have laser eyes or flying ability, they try their hardest to keep our country safe. And they're 100,000 times better than any ordinary superhero. Veterans have put their lives on the line for our country. They fought for people they've never met and places they've never seen. That just shows you they're willing to do anything for us and our freedom because they are brave. I believe whoever lives in this free country should be grateful. We should be thankful for our veterans that fought for our freedom and honor them every day. There are 22 million vets in the U.S. I bet every one of them thought or even wondered they wouldn't make it out alive. We know that our vets put their lives on the line for our freedom, but we don't understand what it's like to be in danger all the time like they had to be. Veterans were wounded or even killed during war. All of us know they put everything on the line for us. They gave up everything. Veterans fought for our freedom that we appreciate every day. So why can't we appreciate our veterans every day? Our country couldn't be described as land of the free and home of the brave without our veterans. Our veterans went through so much during war just for our freedom. Veterans tried and did their best to protect our country by risking their lives. Our veterans put our country's freedom before their own. That should make you appreciate them even more. Veterans from the Revolutionary War to present day have always been strong for our country. Karl Marx once said, "When the peace treaty is signed, the war isn't over for our veterans or their family. It's just started." I know it's hard for a veteran to live a normal, happy life after war because I lived with a Vietnam vet. Although I wasn't alive when my grandfather came home from war, but I still see him struggling. My Tata is 100% disabled, which means he's not allowed to work. My Tata also has knee problems because he was a 101st Airborne Screaming Eagle, has to wear hearing aids, and takes medicine to help him fall asleep. Veterans have seen horrifying things that they'll never forget. Although they have disabilities or are suffering from war, they still try to be strong. I believe we should honor our veterans every day with a simple thank you. Veterans have sacrificed their lives for us and our freedom by being strong. Whenever you see a veteran, whether it's at a store or a restaurant, go up to them and thank them. Even though we can't pay them back, I bet it'd mean the world to them if you did. So to the veterans who are here today, thank you.
Morgan or Mona, do you have my list? Perfect. We have a few thank yous that I want to say as well. Sometimes donating time can be even more valuable than money. So for this morning, I do really want to thank some of our volunteers from Luke Air Force Base, our volunteers that were here today from Best Buy, as well as our parent and family volunteers. I could give them a round of applause. We also want to say a great big thank you for all you veterans and families that came out today, for letting us honor you. I know how humble most veterans are. It was just a job that you did. The real heroes did far more, gave far more. But we just want to say thank you. Sorry. Thank you for the sacrifices that you've made. Thank you for the choices that you made to serve your country, whether that was so long ago or whether it's recent. One of the things that we were able to do this year is receive gift certificates to give away to our veterans. So I'm going to announce some names. If your name is called, if you could just stop by the raffle table on your way out the door, then we do have a small gift for you. And please forgive me if I mispronounce names, but Bill Shea, Francisco Del Real, Lowell Keeker, Wyatt Wolf, Michael Hansen, Antonio Rios, Larry Jones, Chris Seifert, Ron Smith, Joe Langendorf, George DeSalle, Richard Thurman, there's a last name Richardson, there's no front name on here, Daniel Hazelton, Mike Kimbrell, and Julio Garcia. You all have some gift certificates waiting. I am gonna give this back to Miss Gray at the moment just to kind of wrap us up this morning. Thanks.
Our PTO members that have worked so hard to make this day happen, the Liberty staff for supporting them in their efforts to do so. Please join me in also thanking our two amazing speakers today, the councilman and Ms. Castillo.